This is Muhamedagic, and today I will be showing my SRP final presentation video. And for the subject I'll be covering is stem cells and their use in treating neurological diseases. A brief overview of my presentation. I'll first have an introduction talking about the history of stem cells and as well as what exactly they are, how this relates back to my engineering grand challenge. Some more background information on stem cells, such as the various types and the types that I will be focusing on in my presentation, as well as a timeline showing their development, their usage in treating the neurological diseases I've highlighted, mainly being Parkinson's, Huntington's, and ALS, a conclusion wrapping up these, and finally my works cited page. Now for the introduction. Stem cells are able to pave the way into the future by curing diseases we did not think possible afflicting the central and peripheral nervous systems. In the past, we did not have the ability to cure these diseases, but with stem cells, we are able to tailor the cells into whatever sort of body part we need in order to help patients with diseases that before were seen as incurable. The most notable ones being looked at during this presentation, as mentioned before, is Parkinson's, Huntington's, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, also known as ALS. These diseases are mainly being looked at and researched at the current time due to the fact as they are genetic in nature, and so far have found no success in other typical methods of treating these illnesses. With the grand engineering challenge I'm being related back to is engineering better medicines through genetics. With the use of genetics, it will help us in personalizing what sort of medication and or treatment is best for every individual patient. By doing so, we can create a perfectly tailor-made medication and treatment plan for every single patient for whatever illnesses and sort of genetic disorders that they face. And improving our knowledge of genetic code will in part help with the use of stem cells, as the cells are personalized to be identical to your body's original cells, as they do contain the genetic code for your own body when being made into your various cells in your body. And now some background. Stem cells are notable in their ability in transforming any kind of cell in the body, but this can depend on whether they are pluripotent or multipotent. Pluripotent are able to become any kind of cell in the body, and these are typically seen during child development when you're during the fetal phase, as well as also being found in the mother's placenta. Multipotent cells, however, are more limited into what they can transform into, and these are seen during the child development phase and in your adult years. The main type of stem cell used in treating neurological diseases are neural stem cells, which are a form of multipotent cells. And when cultivated, they can be indefinitely grown in lab into neurons, astrocytes, and oligodendrocytes, which are the main cells that are afflicted from the diseases mentioned before. And here we have a timeline showing the evolution of stem cells, mainly through the use of mice, in which from them we used to experiment and learn how to more easily manipulate and modify stem cells and how we are able to use them with human cells. Now for the first disease, Parkinson's. This is known as a progressive nervous system disorder, as well as the other two later on, and is characterized namely as a loss of movement, starting as a shaking of hands, but over time can lead to almost complete loss of motor control, dementia, and a shortened lifespan as a whole. A study done by Yu et al. Found that by transferring neural stem cells into a person's brain tissue shows an improvement in motor function, and these newly added stem cells help in promoting neural growth. Studies such as these can help in showing the potential benefits to be seen from more studies conducted on the use of neural stem cells with other diseases. And here this graphic shows the process of stem cell transplant, in which the dead nerve cell is not producing dopamine, which is a typical factor in identifying Parkinson's, and in which you implant the new stem cells, and these new cells start producing dopamine, which improves your neural function. Now next is Huntington's, and this is once again another progressive neurological disorder, and this is known more as a breakdown of neural cells, and this can happen early and over time and cause a deterioration of your cognitive and your motor function abilities. Experiments done on mice with HD by Kim et al. Had shown an increase in neuron and ganglia growth, which are the main two cells affected by Huntington's. From these results, Kim's study found that NCSs are able to be produced in culture from stem cells, and early prevention of Huntington's with neural stem cells can be helpful in lowering the breakdown of neurons over time. And finally, we have ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is another condition mainly identified as a loss of motor functions throughout the body, increasing over time with age, leading to a lowered lifespan. Studies done on neural stem cells have shown that recent studies have indicated that it is possible to generate motor neurons in culture from stem cells that include these neural stem cells. By doing so, it's showing positive results that by implanting these cells, it can help promote your motor function and help slow down the degeneration caused by ALS. And in conclusion, research from the studies on these neurological diseases show a positive correlation between neural stem cells and improvement in neural cells in patients. This shows that with continued studies in the field, more positive findings can be made with other incurable neurological diseases and show how stem cells can help in treating these genetic conditions. And here's my works cited page. And yeah.